I will not let this republic be split in two. My negotiations will not fail.
If they do, there aren't enough Jedi to protect the Republic. We're keepers of the peace, not soldiers.
You know I don't like it when you do that.
Sorry, Master. I forgot you don't like flying.
Well, you've lost him.
If you'll excuse me.
I hate it when he does that.
Anakin, don't do anything without first consulting either myself or the Council.
You don't need guidance, Anakin. I see you becoming the greatest of all Jedi.
The boy has exceptional skills.
His abilities have made him arrogant.
Excuse me. I'm in charge of security here, milady.
They are using a bounty hunter named Jango Fett to create a clone army.
Wait.
We must stop them before they're ready.
Your clones are very impressive.
They'll do their job well.
Blast! That's why I hate flying.
This is a crisis. The Senate must vote the Chancellor emergency powers.
As my first act, I will create a grand army of the Republic to counter the increasing threats of the Separatists.
Hasn't been a full-scale war since the formation of the Republic.
You must join me, Obi-Wan, and together we will destroy the Sith.
The dark side clouds everything. In grave danger you are. Begun this Clone War has.
Hey guys, it's Clone Trooper here with
Willym 1984, and welcome to yet another review about
RANT.
Star Wars. About Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
So personally, I love this movie mostly because I just love clones, and
I semi-like the movie, but most of it is that love thing with Anakin and Padme, which I hate, and we'll get more to that later.
Yep. So at the beginning of the movie, wait, what happens in the beginning of the movie? Oh yeah, the
Naboo ship lands on Coruscant.
Yeah, the Naboo ship lands on Coruscant, and it gets attacked.
It gets blown up.
And Padme's
Handmaiden is dead.
Handmaiden is dead. Yeah.
It's like, Padme, I failed you. No, this is exactly what your job is, to take a bullet for me. So you did great.
Yeah. Congratulations.
She didn't actually say that, but that's pretty much what that handmaiden's job is. So she did excellent.
Success.
And so Obi-Wan and Anakin are supposed to take care of Padme, which Anakin has very strong feelings for, as we have said. And there's this very long chase scene between a bounty hunter, Sam Wessel, Obi-Wan, and Anakin, which was pretty cool, but it was just too long.
Yeah. And we see Jango Fett, but
we don't get a clear shot of him when he kills Zam Wessel. We just see something flying up in the air. It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's some dude in Mandalorian armor.
It's my dad.
That's Boba Fett. So yeah.
And then we get to a part where Obi-Wan is looking up the design or trying to find what design the dart was.
Yeah.
He could not find it in the files in the Coruscant library files, so he goes to an old friend, and that old friend
is just some four-armed dude that inspired General Grievous, except very, very grosser.
Yeah, and the other guy from the TV show. Krell. Murderous.
No, that's the same species.
Well, he's inspired.
So so this diner guy tells Obi-Wan that
it's Mandalorian.
It's Camino.
Oh yeah,
It's from
Camino.
Camino. So he tries to look up Camino in the Jedi archives, cannot find it, which is later revealed that Count Dooku deleted it.
Yeah.
From the archives because they didn't want to discover about
the clones. Which were secretly having chips put in, tumor chips put into their brains to make them obey any order they are given without question.
Obi-Wan goes to Yoda, but Yoda doesn't tell him anything. Some little kid does.
It was deleted from the Jedi archives.
Yeah.
You can follow the gravity to go to whatever planet you want to go.
Yeah.
So does that mean a 6-year-old is smarter than Yoda?
And all Yoda says is, "How embarrassing."
Because
embarrassing.
Because he couldn't find the planet. So Obi-Wan finds out what
takes his ship, goes to sets the coordinates and finds a planet,
which is run by these 10-foot tall giraffe-based aliens that tell him that the clones are being made. So he takes a little tour, because why not? He has nothing better than do, even though he's supposed to find some bounty hunter.
And he finds Jango Fett. And Boba. And Boba is told to close the door, which is concealing Jango's arm.
Yeah. And at first Jango seems like this very, very nice man, Obi-Wan, but Obi-Wan catches him red-handed trying to leave with the same armor that was used to kill Zam Wesell. So it's like, oh yeah, that dude is the...
And he's been teaching his son quite a bit.
Exactly. During the fight with Obi-Wan and Jango, we see Boba using the Slave One ship to try to shoot Obi-Wan.
So he obviously has quite some experience.
He has quite some training that his father taught him. So Obi-Wan and Jango are both tied to this little string thing from Jango. And Jango cuts it off, but Obi-Wan's able to use that string to tie it to a pole and doesn't fall into the very, very deep water. But
and
Slave One leaves, and Obi-Wan puts a tracking beacon on the ship.
And then it goes back to Coruscant, right?
No, it goes.
I don't remember. I haven't seen this movie in a long time, people.
It goes to Naboo with. Meanwhile, Anakin is supposed to protect Padme.
Oh yeah, he takes her back to
Naboo.
Yeah.
Which is why this is my least favorite Star Wars movie, is because of all the cuts of the love thing between Anakin and Padme. I don't like it at all. It puts me half to sleep. It makes Titanic more of a masterpiece love scene than this is. It's true.
And they see so they end up having to leave for some reason.
Oh, because Anakin has a dream that his mother is dying, so he wants to go to Tatooine to save her. But when he gets there, she's dead.
It's like, oh, hi. I'm dead.
It's like, oh, hi, you're 20 now.
You've grown so much. And you abandoned me on this godforsaken planet. So then he goes on the traditional Skywalker rampage.
Yeah, he goes full on Jason Voorhees on these sand people, kills not just the men, but the women and the children too.
Equal rights people.
That's what inspired him to kill the younglings. Wait, and on Naboo, Anakin says he doesn't like sand, but he goes to a planet that's all sand.
Yeah. And in the TV shows, he says that he never wants to even see the planet again. You've gone there about 3 times.
The Clone Wars
and then
movie.
about 40 times after that.
Clone Wars
I'm
movie,
exaggerating.
he goes there. So meanwhile, Obi-Wan tracks Jango to Geonosis, where he discovers that Count Dooku has turned to the dark side and is aligning with the Separatists. And he sends a message to Anakin to send to Mace Windu. But in the middle of that
Did they discover that in the first one, in episode 1?
In the middle of that transmission, Obi-Wan gets captured by droidicas. So Mace Windu's like, Anakin, you stay with the Senator. We'll do this on our own, because we...
Anakin was trying to obey his master's orders, but Padme... You know, I'm just the one who's trying to be who's gonna be assassinated soon. Let's go to the place where the assassin is.
And it's like, Anakin has this reputation of disobeying orders. The first time in forever that he actually wants to obey orders.
The one he loves is saying, no, we're gonna save your master.
And it's like...
But I never listen. I want to be a good boy.
I want my Jedi Gold Star.
I want my new badge.
So they do this, and they go to some droid factory for some reason.
On Geonosis.
With R2-D2 and the very silver, for some reason, C-3PO.
Yeah. What I thought I would have got that gold finish by then.
He had the gold finish in the Clone Wars TV series.
Yeah.
So yeah, they go to this droid factory, and all of them were about to be killed by the droid factory. With even C-3PO's head goes on a droid body, and C-3PO's body is on a droid head.
And so the droid head is controlling C-3PO's body, and C-3PO is controlling the droid body. So his programming is like going haywire.
Exactly. So towards the end, Padme, Anakin are captured by
the Geonosians, and they are tied to large poles.
Where Obi-Wan conveniently is.
And when they're walking out, Obi-Wan's disgusted, and he says he told him not to, and he said, but I feel like Anakin just was this feeling. See, I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to obey you, but no. Just no.
It's like, Obi-Wan's like, I told you to stay on Naboo. It's like, yeah, but
it's her. She is a bad girl.
It's like the person we're trying to protect is getting us in danger.
It's like, really now?
And so these 3 monsters, one's like a rhino, another is like a lion cat,
and the other is a giant mantis.
A giant mantis. So, but all of them are able to escape execution, thanks to Anakin's high jumping, Obi-Wan's dodging skills,
and Padme just conveniently having a piece of metal in her mouth
and climbing things. Like there's a pun in this movie with like Obi-Wan saying, "She seems to be on top of things."
Yeah, and that's when she's starting to climb, and they're both just hanging there.
Yeah, and there's this Force power that is really one of my favorites. Anakin using the Force to tame the rhino thing.
Oh, like Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, exactly. And when they're about to be surrounded by droidicas, Mace Windu comes out with his purple lightsaber for some reason. I don't know why he has a purple one.
And he turns on his. All around this arena, or Coliseum, pretty much. It like Jedi turn on their lightsabers, but the Jedi you see go, they end up actually seeing like on the ground dead, is more than you see in the stadium.
Exactly. So we might have not got as many shots of all the
Jedi.
But you gotta think, why couldn't the Geonosians see that Jedi are literally right beside them? Unless they just had their hoods down.
And they didn't have their hoods down. They had them. They were like, I'm a Jedi. Look at me.
It's like, surprise.
And did any of them notice like just shiny hilts on their belts? It's like, ooh, that's shiny. I'm gonna leave it alone. But it's shiny.
Even the 9-year-old Anakin in the Phantom Menace knew. It's like, hey, he has that. Qui-Gon has that laser sword. He's a Jedi.
No one can kill a Jedi. But I will kill them all.
He kills almost all of them. So this big fight happens, which happens to be my favorite thing in this movie. I like that fight between the Geonosians, battle droids, and all the Jedi.
Yeah, and then it's cut down to all the main Jedi, the Jedi Council members, and some younger Jedi who are in the middle of the ring. Of Jedi.
So it cuts down to like they're all surrounded by droids and they're about to be executed, and then surprise, here comes Yoda and a whole bunch of clones.
But how did Yoda find out about the clones?
Maybe Obi-Wan told him about it. Obi-Wan told him about it in the movie.
And then, but before that happens, we see a fight scene with Mace Windu and Jango Fett.
And Mace Windu cuts off Jango Fett's head.
And something that I've seen in a few other theory videos, he uses that backhanded slash, that backward slash, multiple times in that fight. And we see Kylo Ren use that multiple times also.
So, could Kylo Ren be a master of the same form of lightsaber combat
or
maces?
Was he trained by Mace?
Mace died before Kylo was even born.
But losing an arm has proven not to be fatal. And falling from high heights and landing on your stomach has proven not to be fatal to Jedi.
To Jedi.
And he's a Jedi. Master.
So, the clones come out, destroy everything, and they're all in their gunships, but...
And you see the control stations for the droids go in the air, and they have like every piece of weaponry that you see in bits and pieces in the TV show. And it's just like full front, no mercy. And Padme they pick up the other Jedi and carriers, and at one point their ship gets hit. The ship that Padme and Anakin and Obi-Wan are on gets hit by a rocket, not sending it down or blowing it up, but enough to rock a clone and Padme out of the ship.
And Anakin was all worried about Padme, and a clone falls out too. It's like nobody cares about that clone.
And a clone standing next to the clone and Padme is only looking for Padme. And he sees his brother fall. It's like,
who are you?
Bye. You lived a good life.
ICT, I don't give a crap number.
and then the clone. Later in the movie, I think during the middle of the fight scene, you see a clone go and find Padme.
That could be that same clone that fell.
It's either the same clone or one of the ones that was in the stadium and just not caring about his brother.
So
bye, you lived a good life and now you're dead.
So there's a lightsaber duel between Anakin, Dooku, and Obi-Wan. Anakin and Dooku, Anakin and Obi-Wan are injured just like that.
Like, Anakin, being his cocky self, he decides to run up, despite his master's orders, probably thinking, I tried to obey you once, not doing it anymore. Gets me in trouble every time. So he goes up, gets his arms cut off, and gets electrocuted.
Yep. And then Obi-Wan's left to fight Dooku, and gets
knocked out.
And then Dooku is like, "Yay, I won!" But then
about to kill Obi-Wan, and then
Anakin jumps out.
And what does Anakin do again?
He gets Obi-Wan's lightsaber, so he has two lightsabers now. And not only 5 seconds of having two lightsabers, Anakin's green one is chopped off.
Yeah.
So
which his green one was much better.
I liked Anakin with a green lightsaber. I don't know why he didn't use one in Revenge of the Sith.
According to some other videos, I'm not even sure if it's true, but your lightsaber color shows your state in the Force.
So,
and blue being the most common is like you're even, but you have a more likely chance to go to the dark side. I'm thinking, because that's what pretty much every Jedi that we've seen who has turned, they've had a blue lightsaber.
Yeah, we had Anakin, we had Kylo's, Dooku.
Dooku and Asajj Ventress.
Asajj used the green one.
She did?
Yeah.
Oh. You don't need your 2 cents, Eamon.
That's 2 eyes. Subscribe to him.
Yep. No, please don't. It's my brother. But back to the video. Where were we?
We were at the part where Anakin now has Obi-Wan's lightsaber. He did pretty good fighting Count Dooku. Then he gets his arm chopped off, and
his green lightsaber is destroyed.
Blue lightsaber nowhere to be found. And then Yoda out of the blue, looking like a very old man, gets his little green laser sword out and fights like my brother when he's sugar high, flipping, jumping, being all crazy. And right when it looks like Yoda was about to possibly kill Dooku, Dooku forces this big pillar thing about to crush Obi-Wan and Anakin, and Yoda, being the non-selfish person he is completely
Where did Dooku go?
Completely distracted of Dooku. Make sure the pillar doesn't crush Obi-Wan and Anakin, and then Dooku escapes just because of that.
But I don't get why Dooku didn't take the opportunity to kill Yoda.
Yeah, he was completely distracted.
Yoda was struggling. It was hard, and it was moving quite slow. So
Yoda had the perfect opportunity right there. I mean, Dooku had the opportunity right there to kill Yoda, but he doesn't. And so Dooku goes to Coruscant, and where we see Darth Sidious the first time in the flesh in a Star Wars movie. And they say the Clone War has begun. And meanwhile, back to the reason I hate this movie, Anakin and Padme get married. Didn't you guys literally only seen each other for the first time in 10 years and only seen each other for 2 days on a vacation on Naboo, almost dead on Tatooine and Geonosis,
Yeah.
And now you guys want to get married?
What's going on here? Are you just those type that are like the weird internet couple?
It's like those internet relationships. Or the long distance.
Yeah. And then it does pretty much turn into the long distance thing because Anakin's always on
a mission while...
Yeah. Well, Padme's just sitting there saying, "Stop the Clone Wars. My husband's gonna die." Wait, what? No, he's not. I'm not married.
It's like, did you just say you were married to Skywalker? What? No, I just said he's a close friend. What? What? No.
A friend with benefits.
Yeah. So that's it. Star Wars Episode 2: Attack of the Clones, as I said, is my least favorite Star Wars movie because of the love scenes. And
yeah, this is Emo Clone Trooper,
Willym 1984,
and we'll see you next time.